Oh God, horsing?
She likes to do sports.
Oh, okay, that's way out of the subject. Okay, and that's all I can think of to say. Both of us fall silent again as Ren forks the last bits of her meal into her mouth. Look down at my hole and double check it with Misha's list. It seems I have everything except plywood. So I think I have all the things now.
It's very nice of you. Don't feel obligated to stay. I was about to take a nap anyway. You need to do whatever you were going to do with that stuff anyway, right? Or perhaps you like to watch girls sleeping?
What the fuck are you saying to me? I'm not sure what to make of this, but Rin looks serious. Even if I did, I think I have to be going. I'll catch you around, Suzuka.
You can call me Rin. I feel that our relationship is at this point good enough to warrant this much.
I was already trying to make my exit when she draws me back in. Fine, then I'm Hisao.
Then you are.
Da-da-da-da. Rin looks at me hard in the eyes, with that imitating feeling you get when someone stares at you and isn't there. It's like she's actually not looking at me at all. She blinks a couple of times and I can't figure out why a pause like this just pops between us out of nowhere.
See you later, Hasel.
There's something like a tiny smile there on her face, maybe. I quietly back out of the room. When I shut the door in front of my face, I whisper to myself, "What? You person?" From inside I hear a muffled, sing-song voice.
I heard that.
It's your line!
What did she hear?
I jumped at the sudden appearance of Misha, who I had not heard approaching despite the completely empty hallway. Somehow she got into jumping distance of me without making a sound. Creepy, it briefly reminds me of Kenji's nutty theory about a global feminist conspiracy, but I pushed that aside. Jizun, standing slightly behind Misha, looks aloft as she couldn't have heard the remark that drew Misha's attention. Misha is visibly excited.
No, wait, more importantly, who was in there? There's no club meetings today.
She tries to curiously peek past me, even though the door prevents her from seeing anyway. What are you doing here?
You took so long that we had to come check out what's wrong. That's no good, Hichan.
She wags her finger at me, scoldingly.
I found plywood, but everything else is still missing because you were tardy.
Oh, sorry. I got the things here. I was just going to bring them.
I think you were up to some mischief, Hichan. Who was in there with you, I wonder?
Isha signs something quickly as she's pointing at her own ear a couple of times. Jizun immediately pushes her way past me and opens the door into the plaza. I just left. I can only imagine the shock she is experiencing. With Jizun's elegance and attitude, the insolence of daring to face school property by sleeping on top of it must be too much to hear, too much to bear. And indeed, she stares at Ren frozen in place, apart, and a slight but noticeable trembling in her shoulders from suppressed rage, I'm sure. Instead of blowing up, Shizun just takes a few deep breaths, adjusts her glasses, and slams the door shut, turning to sign furiously at Misha. Maybe she did blow up, but I can't understand it. She shoots a very loaded stare at me too, as if it was somehow my fault that Ren is sleeping on one of the tables. I hope she's not getting any funny ideas about the reason of my tardiness.
Hello.
Ren's voice comes from the other side of the door, and it takes a few eye blinks to realize she might have trouble opening. I open the door to find Ren directly behind her, looking at us with a half-interested, half-sleepy face.
Hello.
Da-dee-da-da.
Miss Suzuka, what do you think you're doing? You absolutely are not permitted to use school for such disgraceful activity. Sure is suddenly very crowded in here. I didn't know that was this popular.
It's hard to say whether she's happy or unhappy about this turn of events. At any rate, she ignores Shizune and Misha's scolding, so they have no choice but to drop the issue. Shizune taps Misha's shoulder, points at Ren, and makes a quick silence. Dot.
Popularity aside, please don't do that anymore.
Dot.
Anyway, how is your project going? Will it be done for the festival?
Ren looks at them blankly, apparently at ease under the pressure Suzune's cold stare is putting on her.
I keep wondering about that myself, too.
Dot.
And we'll think about it harder.
As Misha signs her reply to Shizune, her face turns as an unsatisfied frown. Dot.
Miss Suzuka, please try to take this seriously. It'll be a disaster if your wall looks like somebody threw up their lunch on it.
Ren nods assertively.
We'll think more seriously.
Misha actually giggles at that, but Shizune doesn't. Not even after translation. She just shakes her head, takes the materials from me, and takes off with Misha and Tao. Toe. Jesus fucking Christ, I messed that up in the worst way. Ren frowns thoughtfully as she looks after the retreating student council duo.
How rude. It's true, though. I must finish my project before the weekend. There will be dire consequences if I don't. The end of the world as we know it. Like weekends usually are, but more dire. Much more dire. Maybe I'll postpone my nap to unforeseen future.
I'm about to ask what project she has and what these apocalyptic consequences, but she walks back into the art room.
Since you have nothing to do, would you give me a hand? This paint can doesn't fit in my bag, but I need it.
She kicks slightly at the huge can of paint that's lying on the floor next to the table she was sitting on, sleeping on. She lets out a dull clang. Oh, hold on. Being the gentleman I am, I naturally pick it up. Heavy. Yeah, sure. Where do you need to take it? Away. Oh wait, no, that was your line! Fuck!
Away.
What the fuck? I messed that up in the worst way. So many lines that I am so used to saying because it's more narrated than anything else. And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me in the paint can following silent. Stand up! Ah, shit! I messed up again. And with that, she takes off to the hallway. Me and the paint can following, since there's little choice for either of us. The hallway is quiet and empty now, with Shizune and Misha gone, so we have to leave towards the stairwell at the other end. Every 10 or 15 or 20 steps, I have to change the can from one hand to another because the thin handle cuts into my palm. At least it keeps my arms from tiring too fast. Rin strolls on beside me with an uneven pace that I have trouble matching, or maybe I am walking weird because of the extra weight. It seems one of us is constantly walking too slow or too fast, and I can't figure out which. 2 flights of stairs below, trouble appears in the form of the head nurse and this fox-like grin. Ah, shit! I gotta do the Australian accent after like 40 parts. Hold on.